My name is Polly Jean Harrison, and I'm the features editor at the FinTech Times, and I'm here today with Joseph Ridley. Joseph, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey Polly, hi.
I'm so thrilled to have you here, and I'm really excited that we're going to be chatting all about Seamless, which is coming up in a very short amount of time, not to put too much pressure on you. But first of all, before we get into that, I'd love if you could give us a bit of an introduction as to who you are and what you do for anyone who doesn't know.
Sure. So my name's Joseph Ridley. I'm a general manager here at Therapy Middle East, and I organise a seamless portfolio of events across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So we've got 5 in the portfolio right now. The next one coming up is the Dubai show in May, 14th to the 16th, but we also do the show in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, in Germany, and South Africa.
Amazing stuff, and obviously we've got Seamless Middle East coming up very shortly in May, which isn't very long. Tell us more about the event this year. What have we got in store for this edition?
So the big news for this year for us is really that we're transitioning from a 2-day show to a 3-day show. The event's got to that scale now. We're 600 exhibitors, expecting over 25,000 attendees. We take up 35,000 square meters of space. I mean, there's just too much going on at one time for people to come and just try and sit all in 2 days. So we're moving to 3 days. With that extra space, obviously, there are excitingly like new brands that we're welcoming back that we haven't seen from a while. There's companies that are new to region, and there's also companies that just have stepped out, that haven't come back since COVID, that are now stepping back into the marketplace. And then there's also 12 different conference tracks that are running simultaneously. So we're hoping that the 3 days will allow people to get around, see everybody, drop in on the sessions they want to do, catch up, with people, and hopefully it's a better seamless experience.
Amazing stuff, absolutely. And what can a delegate expect when going to Seamless this year? Obviously, I know you've got lots of content in store, but what kind of things do you have going on that you hope the delegates will enjoy?
Well, look, as I said, look, we've got 12 content tracks that run simultaneously, and our model for Seamless is that we have a premium paid conference for people that are interested, that can get in and out of the different tracks, and they're things like, we cover banking, payments, and fintech, and we can get into the topics in a little bit more, but an identity. But if you just want to come along as a trade visitor, then the exhibition is free of charge. So you can come in and meet the exhibitors. And we've got a few seminar theatres on the floor that are free to attend. So things like we do a startup storage stage. We run an e-commerce university for the SME community that are looking to move their business online, which obviously things like payments and stuff comes into, and a bit of credit and lending and things. There's a launch pad that we run every year. So people that are announcing new products, they can, for the exhibitors, they can stand up, they get 10 minutes, what's your product, who's it for, how does it help them? So there's lots of stuff that's happening for different people with different interests of what they're trying to achieve out the show.
Amazing stuff. And you've already said, obviously, that this year we're having a 3-day event, but how else is it different from previous years? Is there anything else going on that you want to shine a light on?
There's a big focus in region at the moment, really around, I guess, the adoption of new technologies and things, and that's where the focus is for us. It's about bringing back and bringing in new businesses that are showcasing new technologies that we either haven't seen at all or have just been out of region for a long time. So, in terms of some of the exhibitors and things, I mean, we've got people like NCR coming back, and it's the first time they've been back to in region with a show like this since before COVID. I know they've got a lot of big things planned to announce, and demonstrations and bits and pieces they're going to see. We've got the Turkish Payments Association, TODEB. They're coming across and taking some space around the show. We've got some of the we've got companies like Hawaii Cloud that are exhibiting for the first time. Tom's coming to the show. There's just so much going on. It's hard to kind of get to give you a bit more on that. But 600 exhibitors. I think last year we were around the 450 mark.
Wow.
So we've stepped up quite a lot from last year, but there is, that's the sort of stuff that I'm personally looking forward to. Is actually seeing some of the press, the announcements, product launches, partnerships that I know that are planned to be released by our customers, to actually see that taking place.
Amazing stuff. And obviously, we're really getting into event season now in the industry. But why do you think it's
Yeah.
important that we have events like Seamless and other things to bring the community together and help sort of focus on growth and advancement?
I think it is important that people get the opportunity to come together to actually talk about their problems as well as their opportunities, and try and actually have something that's focused that helps them fix those problems, or helps them leverage their opportunities. Now, people can have meetings week in, week out, they can go and see suppliers, but to have effectively a marketplace and bringing in a community together where multiple stakeholders can talk and discuss and deliberate over what is right for them. I think that's very unique to an event experience. There's not very often you can go onto a show floor. You can basically go to one place and potentially compare 30 or 40 similar products in the same place, or narrow it down to the 3 or 4. So. And with a show like Seamless, and not just us, I mean, obviously there's a lot of big shows out there, but when you have something that is in everybody's diary, and you're going to get different heads of different regions, different departments to come in, and hopefully with a model like ours, where it's a mix of free paid and free attendance, you can bring in all those decision-making units. You can get the influencers that make purchasing decisions in there, as well as the decision makers. If procurement needs to pop down for a couple of hours to come and have a meeting, to come and be involved in a meeting, they can do that. So I think as a regional event, or as an international event, but as a regional event in a hub like Dubai, the benefit is being able to do this stuff in person rather than over team calls, and do it with lots of people at one time.
Yeah, absolutely. It all sounds really fantastic. Obviously, you've already mentioned you're looking forward to seeing the announcements from different companies. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to this year for the conference?
Well, the FinTech Times panel discussion that I hear is happening.
Good answer. Good answer.
Is that the right answer? So
Yeah,
I
absolutely. I'm sure
understand.
Mark will be absolutely thrilled to hear that.
Yes, I'm reliably informed that you guys are basically launching this MENA FinTech report at the show, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. And I'm interested to see how the FinTech speed dating session goes afterwards. I hear that you've got planned, so I think that's going to be a show highlight.
Perfect. What a fantastic answer. You absolute brilliant there. And then just finally, I won't keep you very longer. I know because I'm sure you've got plenty of things to do in the run up to the event. But if there is one thing that you hope delegates take away from the event, if there is one thing, what do you hope it would be?
Good question. Look, personally, I think an event like Seamless, because a lot of the information is actually online. There's a lot of content that's online. You have access to all this stuff, digitally. I think the power of in-person events is actually talking to people face to face, and actually getting a chance to have that engagement and ask questions and network and really get into things. So to have the opportunity to basically ask the questions that you wouldn't normally get the answers to. So that's why I like what we're doing, and that's what I would hope that attendees would get out of Seamless. They can come there, they can catch up with old friends, they can meet new people, they can understand and ask questions they wouldn't normally necessarily get a chance to ask. And hopefully, it's beneficial 2-3 days out of the office for them.
Amazing stuff. Well, Joseph, thank you so much for joining me today. Good luck with everything, and I can't wait to see what Seamless has in store for us.
Thank you very much.